There's something else you've been watching or playing that you wanted to briefly mention, right? And Resident Evil.
Yeah, I want to talk about Resident Evil 8 because I think it has a lot to do with the conversation we're going to have after. I know I don't want to
Sure.
spoil anyone, but we're going to talk about a particular render engine that came out and a new version that is very, very impressive. So I want to talk about Resident Evil 8 because of that. Because first of all, I'm a huge gamer. I love video games, and I especially love horror games and horror films as well. So I really advise everyone to go and play Resident Evil 8 Village. You know, it's only 12 hours long. It's a very short game compared to games these days. It's quite easy as well. You can put it quite easy, so you can just play it for the story if you want to. But the reason I want to discuss it is because of the engine that it has. Resident Evil 8 Village was probably the first time that I've ever played a game where I felt on some situations I was looking at a photoreal image. And this has really never happened before. And it's using an engine developed by Capcom themselves. It's called the RE engine, which stands for Reach for the Moon engine, which is interesting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, RE engine, Reach for the Moon engine. And so this engine was used on Resident Evil 7. It was used on Devil May Cry 5, Monster Hunter, and it's, of course, in-house for Capcom. But it shares a lot of similarities with with Unreal. You know, it has ray tracing, hardware ray tracing. It has global illumination. It has all those kind of things. But the fact that I want to talk about this is because this was the first time I played a game where I spent more time looking at things than playing the game. And I felt that was fascinating, where I was like walking around on this huge mansion, beautiful mansion, and sometimes it was so photoreal that I would like zoom in to carpets, and I would zoom in to glasses and start looking at glasses, and there would be enemies somewhere, and I would be like looking at walls and like, oh my god, that specular highlight is like amazing. And so I feel like the video games industry is now reaching a place where we're getting awfully close to offline rendering, and that is really to note. And I know a lot of people from the visual effects industry don't really care about games, and they think games are like Mario and Sonic, but a lot of people have that opinion. I've experienced that in the past, but I feel like what's happening in the games industry is something to really take note. And so I feel like everyone that works in visual effects, if they don't play games, I feel like you should go and play Resident Evil 8. You don't even need to buy it. There's a demo. It's a 1 hour long demo, and you can play it for free. You just need to install it on Steam and just go for it. And I really recommend, because obviously it has other implications. I'm a bit worried that in the future we're going to spend more time looking at objects that are real than playing the game.
But let me ask you about that, because is Capcom previously not known for necessarily having super photoreal imagery, or was it just that we're really getting there?
We're getting there
with more ray trace type game engines.
It depends. Like when I was a young lad, when I was like 18, when Resident Evil 1 came out, I thought that was photoreal. Obviously, that probably used the 100 polygons, and that was it. You know, so I feel like the photorealism bar always goes up, and we never really notice until we see it. So I feel like I think Resident Evil 8 is just the culmination of hardware ray tracing and all these technologies coming to fruition, not on just their engine, but on all the engines, really. All the games are now starting to go. So I think the reason I'm mentioning Resident Evil 8 is because it's a good game. You should go and play it, although it's a bit schizophrenic. Like the game itself, it looks like it's been directed by 20 people. It feels like a committee, you know, because every hour changes so dramatically on the game. So I feel the game is very unbalanced. So, but you should really go and check out what they're doing in terms of photorealism, lighting, and also art direction. I think the art direction of the game is just beautiful. And it's one of the first times I've seen a game that looks like a concept art, you know. But I just wanted to like briefly mention this because I think it has a lot to do with what we're going to talk next, you know.
Yeah, full disclosure, everyone. Unfortunately, I'm not a gamer, and I wish I was, because I think some of the games out there look so beautiful and incredible. I occasionally just watch game trailers, and today I read this review about that Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart
Ratchet
game,
and Clank, yeah.
Which looks amazing, and it's so interesting to read the reviews where people talk about it like it's a Pixar film or something like that. And I love that idea that we really are talking about the crossover between film.
It's funny that you're talking about that game. Comes out
more.
that game comes out on Friday. I have pre-ordered
Right.
it. I'm going to play it, and I'm currently playing. I'm currently playing the prequel to that game because in 2017 they launched the first version, and now this is the sequel of that game. And you're absolutely right. I'm playing even the original that I'm playing. It does feel like a Pixar movie, and the photorealism, the level detail, the hardware ray tracing. In some cutscenes, in some scenes, it literally looks like you're actually controlling a Pixar movie, but at 60 frames per second. So it is very impressive, and I think that's what we're reaching now. We're reaching this. It's almost like this collision course between offline rendering and real-time rendering. You know, there's a collision course happening here, and obviously there's a lot of caveats. We're going to talk about a lot of them.
Yeah,
but it's
great
funny that
segue.
yes, exactly.
Great segue.